What if the scariest night of the year isn't about ghosts, but about us? Tonight, we're traveling from suburban doorsteps in the U.S. to streets and temples around the world, exploring how humans confront the dead, the dark, and the absurd. And by the end, I hope you see Halloween and your own fears in a completely new way. Because if you've ever looked at religion and thought, wait, what? You're in the right place. Welcome to Around the World of Faith, a safe space to question all religion. Halloween in the U.S. is familiar. Pumpkins, costumes, trick-or-treating, fun, maybe a little spooky, but mostly candy-driven chaos. But this holiday, like many traditions around the globe, hides a deeper tension. It's about death, spirits, and the ways we human beings try to make sense of mortality. Why do we love to be scared? Why do we celebrate ghosts, ghouls, and the dead? And why does it look so different in other cultures? Stick around. We'll see how people around the world both fear and honor the unseen in ways stranger and more fascinating than in the U.S. In the U.S., Halloween can seem absurd. We dress as witches, vampires, and zombies, knock on strangers' doors, and demand candy in exchange for not frightening them. It's like paying tribute to tiny, friendly terrors. Somehow, this makes sense until you realize it's the same impulse that built graveyards everywhere. Fear, ritual, performance, and a little bit of sugar. Humans love it. And let's be honest, it's kind of ridiculous, beautiful, and deeply human all at once. But what happens when we take the mask off and look at how other cultures face their dead? Across the world, countless cultures host similar rituals, whether in West Africa's Egungun festivals, India's Holi celebrations, or the Haitian dances of the Iwa. But for now, let's focus on four striking examples. The U.S. Halloween owes a lot to Ireland's Samhain. This ancient Celtic festival marked the boundary between the living and the dead when spirits roamed freely. Costumes and bonfires weren't for fun, they were survival, disguise, and honoring the otherworldly. Think your neighborhood haunted house is scary? Try imagining an entire village believing spirits walked among them and that your costume might literally save your life. In Japan, Obon is a Buddhist festival honoring ancestors, while Setsubun features rituals to drive away evil spirits using beans or playful noise making. Ghosts appear, but the focus is community, reflection, and pushing darkness away, an oddly cheerful exorcism. It's like Halloween, but the spooks are reminders to respect your roots, not just seek candy. In Mexico, Halloween merges into Dia de los Muertos, Day of the Dead. Families build altars, light candles, and offer food to honor deceased loved ones. Skulls and skeletons are everywhere, not as terror, but as a joyful acknowledgement that death is part of life. Remember Coco? Kids may still wear costumes, but the holiday's core is remembrance, connection, and celebration. Fear, minimal. Reverence, maximum. In the Philippines, Undas is a time when families sleep in cemeteries, clean graves, and share stories with the dead. Not spooky entertainment, deep remembrance, ritualized love, and an immersive family reunion. Here, fear is replaced by awe and closeness, a night among ancestors reminding the living why they matter. Across cultures, what's clear is that our fascination with the dead isn't just fun or fear. It's a universal impulse to honor, remember, and make meaning. I'll never forget trying to recreate Halloween while living abroad. We carved pumpkins on our balconies in the humid night air. We gathered with other Western families, or sometimes we met at school or blocked off our little dead-end street so the kids could trick-or-treat safely. Because outside that small bubble, no one celebrated Halloween. I remember, just like back in the States, kids racing around in homemade costumes and collecting goodies, parents laughing, some with drinks in hand, chatting, snapping photos, as we tried to make the familiar feel familiar to us foreigners. It was playful, sure, but outside our little street, the night was still and ordinary, untouched by ghosts, at least not by our pretend ones. It hit me. Halloween is more than costumes and candy. It's about connection, fear, joy, and storytelling. Across cultures, we're all dancing with the unseen, just in different ways. Stick with me. We're about to reflect on what these rituals might still offer us, even outside organized religion. Maybe Halloween, like the others, isn't just a holiday. It's an invitation to face mortality, play with fear, and honor the invisible threads that tie us to past and future. These rituals teach reverence, courage, and imagination without asking us to believe a single dogma. Whether God, nature, humanity, or the absurdity of existence, we're all seeking meaning in the dance between life and death. I don't need Halloween to prove that God exists, or spirits for that matter. I do need it to remind me that life is fleeting, strange, and worth celebrating, that fear and joy can coexist, and that storytelling is sacred. If you've ever felt awkward, scared, or silly about questioning faith, or about feeling drawn to something beyond organized religion, you are not alone. I promise you are not alone. So this year, whether you carve pumpkins, light candles, or simply pause to remember someone gone, celebrate the mystery, dance with the unseen, laugh at the absurd, and don't forget the candy. Please like and subscribe and drop a comment. I'd love to hear from fellow wanderers. What's a seasonal ritual from your culture that fascinated or scared you? Thank you.